Warriors without a war, soldiers without a cause. It's Napoleon without his horse, can't avenge your biggest loss. The 47 rolling, rather die in honor than be broken. A code forgotten for the soda pop, locked and loaded, no one to call the shot. Warriors without a war, soldiers without a cause. It's Napoleon without his horse, can't avenge your biggest loss. The 47 rolling, rather die in order than be broken. A code forgotten for the soda pop, locked and loaded, no one to call the shot. You know the name, but I gladly reintroduce you to Malik Kane. Do me the coolest, the lame, the truest, the fake, the new and latest, do it the same. The rules haven't changed, lose or win, it's really about how you move in the game. The righteous and hypocrite, can't tell the difference, like who should be ashamed. The proof in the cake, the proof in the pudding, it's in the good but good and way. You look at your agent, he could have been brave, but he wants you put to Kent a slave. So shook is what you became, took a look in the book and hooked up a crooked scam. What good is a cookie baked, Michelin grade, when it meant you couldn't taste? Warriors without a war, soldiers without a cause. It's Napoleon without a horse, can't avenge your biggest loss. The 47 rolling, rather die in honor than be broken. A code forgotten for the soda pop, locked and loaded, no one to call the shot. You know the name, T from the fucking V. I refuse to speak politely, now bite me like I be with Aphrodite in the onesie, nighty, mighty mouse in the caddy. Call me daddy, dirty Harry, do I feel lucky? Well, I just went through 44 magnums. Get it? 44 magnums. And I'm not talking chocolates or handguns. I'm a phantom, a ghost, rattling on like a drunk in the tavern. Back home, the talent's over show. I could balance balls and tumble across the floor, come back and land the floor. They applaud, I'm hella bored. Need that Helen Keller handicap score. Cause what's a general without a war? Just a degenerate who loves a whore. Getting irrelevant, I've gotten lost. Spend the evening with the drunken whores. And they chatter on about the bravery, allegories, and the fables will carry on. Warriors without a war, soldiers without a cause. It's Napoleon without a horse, can't avenge your biggest loss. The 47 rolling, rather die in honor than be broken. A code forgotten for the soda pop, locked and loaded, no one to call the shot. Warriors without a war, soldiers without a cause. It's Napoleon without a horse, can't avenge the biggest loss. The 47 rolling, rather die in honor than be broken. A code forgotten for the soda pop, locked and loaded, no one to call the shot. The 47 rolling. Ever heard the one about the samurai with a blunt knife that could cut a guy? He could come up with a humbug to kill without touching the challenger, cause his mind sharp as an acid guy. Only battle he lost was the character couldn't manage what was asked of him. Took a compromise, embarrassed to look us all in the eyes. Now he's down and out and lost in the palace.
Welcome to the show. I am Harry. With me is Tyson.
Let me talk to you.
And I want to give a shout out to who sang that, but I forgot who. So, thank you. My favorite part of that song is when he stressed the fact that he has a big dick. He's like, get it? 44 magnums. The condoms, not chocolates or handguns.
Yeah.
I just really need to stress that my dick is big.
I was thinking about that. I was like, chocolate? What chocolate is their magnum?
I think, is it the ice cream bar? The chocolate covered ice cream bar, maybe?
I know what you're talking about. I didn't know the name was Magnum.
I'm like 50% sure that's what it is.
I know it starts with an M.
Yeah. We've got a interesting show. We got Night of Champions to go over, unfortunately.
The King and the Queen. We have new ones.
WWE seems to be leaning into a certain demographic. Some folks are cantankerous about that. We're going to talk about that. Tiffany Stratton doesn't know a goddamn thing about the profession she's in. We're going to talk about that as well. And I'm sure we'll talk about other things. How was your week?
I had a good week. Nothing happened, so that's good. It's kind of, yeah, just like a straightforward week.
Did you get your car situation taken care of?
Yeah. They
Well, I
haven't
guess it
reached out
wasn't
to
your
me yet.
car to take care of. So
Yeah, they haven't reached out to me yet. I'm waiting for that.
what's going to happen?
Well, I assume I'm going to have to pay some kind of deductible or something.
Well, I wonder what Manuel has to pay. Oh, no, he probably has a shop of some sort.
Yeah, he probably fixed it himself.
Yeah.
Him and his homies.
Him and his 20 cousins.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably got it. It's already back on the road.
Well, since we don't have any personal shit to talk about, let's go ahead and just jump into it then. Let's start with JCW, because I want to stay in America for a little bit. We start with Violent J and Man Woman, Jasmine St. Clair. Jay says, because Vince Russo disbanded Monster Corporation, that doesn't mean Jasmine doesn't have a place in JCW. And Jasmine's like, well, of course. And she says she has a more vicious team than Monster Corporation on standby, but for now we learned that she's knocked up. Jay asks who the father is. Jasmine doesn't know, but as 50% owner of JCW, Violent J's job is to find out. Find out who is desperate enough to fuck the extremely hideous Jasmine St. Clair. Jay sensibly asks why the fuck is it his responsibility? And she says it's because it's one of Violent J's white trash JCW wrestlers. So, we're to believe that Jasmine fucked the entire roster, and then Jay needs to find out who sperm hit Jasmine's egg. And then she leaves when Willie Mack and Too Tough Tony come in. Violent J says he booked the three of them in a 6-man tag match against Big Vito's team. Tony makes a skin flute joke, and then Willie Mack just says he fucked Violent J's mama. And Jay's like, well, be ready.
Yeah. Even though she said it was one of the white trash.
He's the only one that's admitted it. Is that baby half black?
Yeah, it had to be him, huh?
Yes. He was all about that, too. Ugh.
Too Tough Tony.
So we recapped what happened last week. Caleb Conley put an end to Cocaine's title run, thank God. Baby Psycho Sid Josh Bishop is also the World Heavyweight Champion, and he fucked up Kerry Morton in EC3. Luigi Primo got jumped by Big Vito's team, then Yabo was forced to beat the shit out of Violent J. Oh yeah, and Barnabas Bizarre and the drug dealer met. So Vince Russo opens, of course, and he gloats about Stephen Flo helping Caleb Conley beat Cocaine. So Stephen Flo comes out. Vince Russo gives him a golden guitar. And Stephen Flo says the golden guitar officially makes him a fucking rock god. Oh, yeah, the ring rat was also there. Well, getting bigger. Go ahead.
I'd smash it. I'd let her sit on my face and suffocate me.
It would be quite the breathing challenge.
Russo then brings out Caleb Conley as the JCW Lunacy champion. And he tells Conley he looks good with that belt, but Russo has something better. So he pulls out this belt that he claims is $100,000, and it looked like a girl's mid-card title for an indie promotion. Like, it looks significantly worse than the belt he already had. And it looks less prestigious.
It looks like a nickel.
It does look like a nickel or a dime or, yeah. It has Conley's face on it. So I gather he's going to have the belt for a while.
Yes.
Russo then says to Conley, speech. So Conley says he tried being the company man. That got him nowhere. JCW now belongs to him. And this is the era of the chosen one. And thank God it's not cocaine anymore. So Russo gets back on the mic. Says now we have a new champion. There's going to be some changes. So he implements the Jack Tunney rule, which means that Caleb Conley will only defend his title once a month. Conley's still going to wrestle, just not defending his title. And then Russo says cocaine can become the number one contender for Conley's belt if he can defeat Josh Bishop, who is also the world heavyweight champion.
Yes.
Russo then says we're probably going to not seeing EC3 again. He got his ass kicked 2 weeks in a row, not showing up tonight. And then he says Kerry Morton was traded to India. You know, Morton, the best wrestler in the company. We're not going to be seeing him in a while. Then he tries to get a JCW chant going. Cocaine interrupts. Russo and Conley actually run away from this 110-pound man in a woman's body. Cocaine takes out Stephen Flo because Stephen Flo's shit. And then he takes a really long time grabbing the gold guitar and then holding it up. And then he ever so gingerly whacks Stephen Flo in the back with it.
He breaks the new golden guitar.
Which that doesn't even make sense.
I know Russo spent all that money, Russo spent all that money on it. Now it's ruined already.
Well, if it was real gold, wouldn't it just bend?
Well, he hit him so hard that it broke.
It's splintered.
Yeah, because he hit him so hard.
Gold doesn't splinter.
That one, it was gold plated, not gold. I don't know.
So the only thing more ridiculous than Stephen Flo, I'm sorry. The only thing more ridiculous than, the gingerly whacking Stephen Flo in the back and having the thing break is Stephen Flo had to sell the one cocaine punch, and then he was on all fours, just like waiting. It was so ridiculous. The ring rat was unfortunately still there. She offered to suck Cocaine's dick. Cocaine offers her cocaine instead. And then instead of getting his dick sucked, he chokeslammed her. Barely got her off. I think she had to do most of the work because, he's not going to be able to lift her. Those buggy whipped arms.
Of course.
Cocaine was watching in the stands. This is fake because if this was real life, she would have got a restraining order or something. Then we get a show rundown. The dealer storyline is they said Barnabas is still investigating the identity of the dealer, and no, he's not. He talked to the dealer on the phone, then met her face to face. He knows exactly who the fucking dealer is. He knows her smell. He's got his beloved Barbara's eyes. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And then we have the 6-man tag match, Violent J and the Fatties versus Big Vito and his Nobodies. And we also have the number one contendership for the other World Heavyweight Championship between Cocaine and Baby Psycho Sid Josh Bishop. And for some reason, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, speaking of the commentary, shout out to Vita Scott.
Why?
Who was on commentary. I didn't know that name, but I didn't know I recognized that name when I saw it on the commentary. She used to follow us on Twitter. She doesn't anymore, but she used to.
I wonder what we said to lose that.
I was like, I've heard that name before, and I was like, oh wait, that's the person who followed us. But and then I checked, and I was like, well, used to follow us. Well, we don't use the Twitter machine anymore, so I guess it was that.
Well, you can shout her out.
Yeah, she used to be a fan. She's not a fan anymore, but she used to be listening to the show. So shout out.
Oh yeah, for some reason they didn't advertise Facade versus Father Bronson.
They didn't.
You would think that would be something to talk about. Violent J and Vince Russo are backstage. Russo tells Jay that he supports his decision to allow Josh Bishop to pretend to be a champion. And then Russo wants Violent J to thank him for getting rid of EC3, problem Violent J created. Jay didn't want to do that. Russo then wants an apology for Violent J accusing him of having Too Tough Tony and Willie Mack attacked. Jay did apologize for that, even though I don't remember anybody specifically fessing up to attacking them. Do you?
Yeah, it was the backseat boys said they did it.
Oh, okay. That would be why
no
I did.
No one really acknowledged that after they said it, and then no one acknowledged it.
Apparently, there is a purple Phantom now. The green one was a mistake. The purple Phantom is the one he wanted. Vince then tries to talk sense into Jay wrestling Big Vito and his nobodies, but Violent J wasn't worried about it. He's like, you had a medical condition, bro. Bro, I gotta tell you. And I have to say it. Jay, you're fat. Mac Davis and Facade kissed and made up. It was pointless. Mac Davis's grandson or son or whatever was a big fan of Facade, but then Facade was a heel for an episode of Lunacy, and he lost Mac Davis's grandson forever.
Yeah, they kept pointing to his whole cheating thing. Oh, you keep cheating to win. I haven't seen him cheat once.
Right.
So I assume it happened before we got in the loop.
Maybe, but I mean, we've been watching it for a minute.
Yeah. And he hasn't cheated once, but they keep bringing it up. You can't be cheating like that. What has he cheated?
So we get Malcolm Monroe III, which is a cool name. I'm not gonna lie. Versus the Purple Phantom. What the fuck is this shit? So Monroe won because the Phantom couldn't get his fucking cape off. And it's the same shit. I don't know. I'm tired of it already. I don't know what the point of this is.
My guess is the shtick is he's just going to keep going through the whole color rainbow until one of the colors wins, and then that's his true color.
All right. The Outbreak are doing drugs backstage. Barnabas gets pissed off, calls the dealer, and confirms that they, talked last week. So commentary doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. So we take our shout out back, Vita. You hear that? But then the dealer has new demands. So they're going to talk at the end of the show. Then we have Violent J, Willie Mack, and Too Tough Tony just outside. They're talking about how fucked up shit is and how man-woman Jasmine St. Clair is pregnant. And yeah, Willie Mack is a contender. Apparently there's been freak-offs in the hotel. There's just a line of JCW wrestlers at her hotel room.
Yeah.
Jay needs to call a doctor because his main priority now is finding out who the father is. God damn it. Russo then pops up just to tell Jay the Purple Phantom's shit.
It's funny that even Jay laughs at that.
Yeah. It's like, good job. So Mac Davis's pep talk did dick because Father Bronson beat Facade for the JCW American title. Apparently there's only 2 wrestlers in the whole company that gives a shit about this belt because this is like their 3rd straight match, 3rd or 4th. Facade did a Sabu suicide dive out of the ring and got a holy shit chant, which I felt like that was more performative than like a genuine holy shit.
I thought it was pretty good.
Bronson tried to do an FU to Facade on a chair. Ref ended up getting taken out. And then Bronson tried to use the chair on Facade, but Facade ended up with it. And then he got all conflicted. He's like, I can't do it. So he tossed the chair out of the ring, tried to revive the ref, and Bronson ended up winning via pinfall while his feet were on the ropes. So the lesson here is cheaters win.
Yep, Facade didn't cheat. He's no longer champion. But he's got that, pride.
So yeah, the lesbian and Cocaine backstage. The lesbian still wants to fight Cocaine. And she has more muscles than Cocaine, by the way. Mac Davis interviewed Big Vito. Before they can get going, though, Yabo yells about his brother. Vito punches him in the stomach, tells him his brother's expired. And then they take Yabo away screaming and crying. Mac Davis, the psychopath that he is, gave absolutely no reaction and commenced with the interview. And he wants to know what Vito thinks about their match later. So you see a guy get roughed up, and then you see another man basically admit to murder. And then they take the other guy away, presumably to murder him too. Why not? But no, what do you think about this stupid tag match? Vito says he's going to expire Violent J and then celebrate after.
Yeah.
Joel Gertner's in the back. Russo pulls up, wants to make sure that Josh Bishop is going to play ball, I guess. Gertner assures Russo that he will. We'll see how that turns out. And then Mac Davis interviewed Choppa City. I have no idea what transpired because Mac Davis called for a triple chop because he's not getting enough attention. And I just couldn't do it.
They just said basically, they basically were fill-ins, and then now they're number 1 contenders for the tag titles. That's pretty much all it was. And then they did the triple chop.
Again?
Yeah, this time it was just the two chopping, and they were like, get in there. So then they had him chopping too.
Team Vito versus Violent J. Team Violent J. Vito tells the fans that he hopes that they have diarrhea for the rest of the night.
Because they didn't wish him a happy birthday.
Yeah. I hope you have diarrhea. He's just going to think of a new extraordinary thing to say each week.
Yeah, and he also said, "None of you wished me a happy birthday, so wipe that shit off your face."
So Team J ripped off the NWO, except that they only had one black and white camera. So they kept like cutting to the fucking black and white camera and then cutting to some other camera, but it was a color camera. It was stupid. And then Violent J's high-fiving the crowd. You know, they walk around the ring and shit by the guardrail. So one fan grabs Violent J's wrist and handcuffs it to the guardrail. And it turns out to be one of Vito's guys. And the match starts with Too Tough Tony and Willie Mack getting jumped. And they basically get their asses kicked. Vito beats up Jay by the guardrail. And it's like, oh no. And then Yabo is just standing there, handcuffed. So they didn't expire him yet. And for some reason, the guy that handcuffed Jay to the guardrail had the key around his neck. For some other reason, he went over to get his ass kicked by Jay, who then got the key, of course. Meanwhile, in the ring, Vito is taunting Yabo with the key to his handcuffs. And then Violent J slides in the ring, nails Vito in the dick. Yabo ends up getting unlocked, and he starts running wild. Tony lights his fist on fire and punches one of Vito's guys in the face for the win. And we later find out that Ruffo is fine, not expired, and on his way to the arena. I don't think he ever made it.
No, that's next week.
Okay. Jay then took a call from a doctor about man-woman St. Clair, and the doctor will be here next week. So we have that to look forward to.
Yeah, more of that story.
Has Vito ever won?
No.
Okay. It's a shame.
Yeah.
We had Josh Bishop versus Cocaine, number one contenders match. Caleb Conley came out on commentary. And I was worried about this. Because, they make Cocaine think he's bigger than he is.
Yeah, I was worried, especially with the fact that they were playing it up as like, if Cocaine wins, he gets a title shot.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, well.
Just them standing next to each other. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
But Bishop was the powerhouse. Cocaine wasn't. For some reason, Cocaine was allowed to get some offense. Bishop even had to take that silly springboard cutter. And then Cocaine starts hulking up with his cocaine. But Hocaine gets involved and ends up fucking Cocaine out of the match. And Bishop won with an FU. And then the lesbian came out to beat up Hocaine while Bishop and Conley talk shit to each other. He had a good line. Conley had a good line where he's like, I had a lot of good things to say about Bishop. Fuck him now.
Yeah. Now, for some weird reason, they were talking on commentary that Bishop is now the number one contender. Which I don't think that was the stipulation.
No, and they already established with Gertner and Russo that Bishop is on. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, Bishop was supposed to be just a hired gun, essentially.
Yeah.
But, yeah, on commentary, they were like, oh, he's the number one contender now. It's like, no.
Well, then, and Conley and Bishop were getting into it. Maybe that's what it is. Like, Russo and Gertner had an arrangement, but the wrestlers, they couldn't put their egos aside.
Yeah, maybe. But we'll see if they unify it.
We
I
will
mean, it'd
see.
have to be a unification.
No,
Or, well, yeah. I don't think they're going to be. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they just messed up on commentary.
so we get Barnabas the Bizarre and the bullshit drug dealer. Yep, it's his daughter. I don't know who it was though.
It was Danny Moe, the current champion,
Oh,
who just won it last week. She's been. I don't know. It makes sense because they've been teasing that she's had some thing that she's been holding back that she hasn't told anybody, and Mac Davis keeps trying to figure out what it is. I don't know the exact whole tie-in because this goes back to her costing someone the title a few weeks back when the Gladiator chick won. So she cost her the title, and
it was
then
the lesbian, wasn't it?
yeah, she cost her the title because it's like the whoever gets pinned and something weird happened. So she's been playing around with this. You don't know the whole story, and then Mac Davis has been trying to get the answers to the story, and then now we see that she is involved in the outbreak storyline here. So I don't know what this whole thing is, but yeah, I guess they've been kind of teasing that it may be her.
I'm just glad we live in a time where we get not only the outbreak drug dealer storyline, but also the Jasmine St. Clair getting knocked up storyline.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is JCW Lunacy. What do you think of Caleb Conley?
I liked him better this week, all dolled up. He's actually grown on me. Oh, I could say that.
Okay.
He did in his promo, he mentioned he was like, oh, for years I've been at this from the Impact Zone, which is a TNA reference, to
Yep.
Daly's Place, which is a AE dub reference. It's like, oh, he's an AE dub.
I didn't know that. Well, we shall see what happens with him and Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop. He he was at, I think it was GCW over the weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and he razor's edge someone from the second story through a table.
See, I like him.
See, so he's a monster everywhere. Yeah, he razor's edge someone off of this second story,
Second story of what?
like the balcony
Oh.
down
Oh.
below.
God damn. Is the person okay?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, moving on. Can we agree that Raw was just shit?
yes.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Was there even anything? Oh, Chad Gable apologized to the Alpha Academy. I skipped it, but I do know that Maxine refused his apology. So there's that.
She did. She refused. Yeah. So he went out there to apologize. Maxine, she declined it. She's like, this all is about you. It's not about us. Like the things that you put us through, we're just supposed to forgive you. Like you made me get on my knees and beg you to not hurt Tozawa, and then all the shit you put Otis through, and then yeah, she said she's not accepting, so she left. Tozawa followed, and then Otis played on the heartstrings. 'Cause, Otis, he's very good with playing on the heartstrings of the fans. So he teased that he was gonna shake hands, and then he ultimately left. So they're building up to
Chad Gable returning to Alpha Academy.
yes.
Good
Telling
deal.
you, they're building up to a vision. This is all leading to the vision.
Oh boy.
One thing that I do want to note from Raw, and it didn't even happen on the show, it happened in a commercial. But Rusev did a commercial interview, and he probably he cut one of the best promos in like years. And it's not what he said, it's how he said it. Because he's talking to the crowd, and he's like, uh, "Oh, you cheer cat Chad Gable," and even though he's one of the biggest liars, he's like, he pretended to
Oh yeah, is this where he ripped his shirt off and started screaming in Russian?
yes,
Okay. Yeah. He was talk shit about Chad Gable and he talked shit about Rey Mysterio. And he got so worked up, he ripped his shirt off.
and he's like,
yeah, dude, that was great. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, just reverted to Russian. He's like, ah, and then he's like, ah. Yeah,
Yeah,
one
no,
of the
that
best
was
promos. And
A+.
again, it's not what he said; it's just how he said it,
Exactly. Yeah.
like the passion behind it.
He needs to fucking get more.
Well, I think if he can bring that character to like TV, because again, that was during a commercial. If he brings that character to TV, that character to get over. Even during the promo, he was like, "You cheer for Chad Gable, and you don't cheer for me." And then they started chanting, "Rusev Day." And he's like, "Shut up! I don't want you to cheer for me."
You cheer now. I don't need your cheers.
Yeah, it's like you just told us to cheer.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That was great. Rusev is great.
Yeah, he just needs to be the unhinged Rusev.
Rusev has always been good, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, hopefully he starts to get over. I think, yeah, if they let him go out there and just be himself, be that Rusev, he'll get over real quick.
There was something with Solo Sikoa. Jacob Fatu and the Usos were backstage, and they were wondering whether or not Solo Sikoa was going to come to Raw. And I don't know. I thought that was pretty. They were like acting all scared and shit. Like Roman beat him like 3 or 4 fucking times in a row. Like, what is there to be scared about?
I don't know. I guess ultimately what they're concerned with is like they're not getting filled into what the play is with Solo is, because Fatu is like, I told him I was sent to give him a message. I gave him the message, and he heard it. It's like, but then what? Well, if he shows up, Yeah, well, he did show up, by the way.
And nothing happened.
Yeah. But I think that's what it is. It's like him and Roman are running a play, but the Usos don't know what it is.
Well, yeah, at some point, LA Knight's bitching about the things that he bitches about now. And then Jimmy Uso came in so they could put a match together between the two. And then Solo Sikoa helped LA Knight win.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess the Street Profits won the tag titles too.
Oh, yes. Kind of an overbooked segment, but I'm not saying that as a bad thing. It's just overbooked. Joe Hendry made his return, and Seth Rollins came
boy.
out.
Logan
So,
Paul was there.
Yeah, Logan Paul and the Brass Knuckles.
Breaker
yeah.
chased Rollins into the crowd like an idiot. So there's that.
He did. Oh, by the way, another highlight. Speaking of Breaker, he freaking box jumped the barricade. Like he jumped right over it with, how like people usually when they're jumping over the barricade, they use their hand and
Yeah.
launch themselves over. No, he just like ran and jumped right over.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was Raw. It sucked. As per usual.
Yeah, it was usually the go home shows are just that. It's like,
Well, that was especially bad. There was like 3 Danhausen segments.
yeah. Now he's playing around with the Judgment Day.
Yay. We had SmackDown, which honestly wasn't any better. Solo Sikoa, Taller Tonga, and Tama Tonga, they broke up. Because apparently Solo is obsessed with Roman, despite never mentioning him once after he lost the Tribal Combat match.
Well, yeah, they were upset that Solo went to Raw and put himself in the bloodline vortex again. It's like, you're worried about that. Like, we told you not to worry about that.
LA Knight arrived. He called out Solo Sikoa, wanting to know why Solo helped him. And Solo tried to get LA Knight to join forces against the Bloodline, and Knight told him to fuck off. That's really it. Just Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they are going there. Yeah, we'll just have to see what they're doing there.
And there's 2 Danhausen segments in this one.
Yes. So the Miz and Kit Wilson, they're still in their trance or whatever from being shocked. There was actually a match out of all this. The Garzas versus Danhausen with Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Miz is now reduced. Like, even I'm not the biggest Miz guy, but even what they like right now, he's reduced to basically being Frankenstein, walking around in a trance, and it's like I even feel bad for him.
I just don't know what the point is.
The point is just the Danhausen lore, I guess.
Waste time.
Yeah. Get that Danhausen on TV.
Well, that was SmackDown. Let's talk about Night of Champions. We are in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We had some walkers. It was Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker because they have a cage match. There's some girls. And then we have Ricky Starks and Trick Williams. Something U.S. title. And then Sami Zayn, Gunther, and Cody Rhodes because they have a triple threat match for the Undisputed Championship. And we open with Jey Uso versus Oba Femi. And for some reason, Jey was booked to be competitive against Oba when everyone else has looked like a complete joke. All Jay did was spam super kicks, which got really annoying. And I think he hit like 2 consecutive Uso splashes. Couldn't get the job done. I was surprised that there was absolutely no sign of the bloodline. At least Jimmy.
Yeah, no interference.
Because, you know, Roman's all like, well, we're getting the band back together. We're going to run this shit. And you just let Jay lose. Like, you would think that he would be more invested in Jay getting the undisputed title.
Well, he did say he needed to do it on his own.
Okay.
The bigger surprise, apparently, was that there was no Brock Lesnar. Because, you know, that's what the internet's been crashing out about for the last, well, what is it, 2 weeks? Ever since Jay beat Javon Evans. That's what they've been crashing out. Oh, Brock Lesnar, it's so obvious. Brock Lesnar's going to show up and cost Oba the King of the Ring. And Jey Uso's going to win King of the Ring. So, there you go. So, to recap, Brock Lesnar was going to cost Oba Femi in the qualifier. Didn't happen. So, they moved the goalposts to, oh, he's going to cost it's obvious he's going to cost Oba Femi in the quarterfinals against Dom. Didn't happen. Oh, well, it's obvious he's going to cost him in the finals against Jey Uso. And Jey Uso's going to win and go on to SummerSlam. And Jey Uso's not a main eventer. Didn't happen. Oh, wait. More? Kick it further? Oh, it's obvious that he's gonna show up and cost Oba. I don't know where that.
Oba's the title.
Somehow, right now we're at Oba Femi is going to. Oh, yeah, we were talking about it. Oba Femi is going to cost. Wrestle Brock Lesnar night 1, and then Roman Reigns night 2,
which is stupid.
Championship. That's where we are.
That's fucking retarded. Because you wrestle Brock Lesnar, you got to take a week off to recover, or Roman Reigns. Like, those are the top of the top guys.
Yeah.
So to suggest that you can wrestle both of them in the same weekend is silly.
Yes. I do have another theory, but now I'm kind of backing off on that one because it seems to be more and more people are thinking this theory, which means it's not going to be accurate.
Which is?
Well, the theory was that Brock Lesnar's going to win a championship because Oba has to, pick a champion that he's going to face at SummerSlam.
Mm.
And Brock Lesnar is going to win one of those championships in between now and SummerSlam, and then Oba's going to pick him, and then there's your Oba Brock 3. But
okay.
I'm kind of backing off on that now because
it seems kind of implausible.
Well, it's not. It actually closes the gap. But there's a little too many people saying it now.
Fair.
Like I saw it floating around too much online. So now I don't believe it because, yeah, too many people are saying it.
I figured Brock would cost Oba the title or something.
Well, he could, but then he wouldn't be having a match at SummerSlam.
Well, they don't need to wrestle at SummerSlam. They can wrestle at the next pay-per-view or whatever.
Well, that's what everybody's hanging on to is that, Brock's going to wrestle at SummerSlam. Remember, the whole thing was Brock was going to be retiring at SummerSlam. That was the original.
He already retired.
I know, but that was before he did that. That was the original theory. Like before, before he even came back at WrestleMania, the theory was that because I don't know when it was, but John Cena, he was doing an interview and he said something about Brock retiring and at SummerSlam.
Well,
And then then that's what how it got out there, and it's like, oh, John Cena slipped, and then the dirt sheets. Oh yeah, that's that's what we heard. You know, John Cena said it first, but we heard it too.
I don't know. I can see like, especially if he wrestles Roman, like he has Roman on the ropes. Maybe even hits him with the fall. No, it can't be the fall from grace. But like he's doing the uppercuts and he does the shot put thing. And he's just about to do the fall from grace, and then Brock Lesnar shows up and F5s him. Then Roman wins with a spear.
Yeah, it's definitely an option. But then, yeah, then they'd have to wrestle the pay per view after that.
Yeah, or they'll figure something out. Might even say WrestleMania. When's War Games?
November.
Oh, yeah, it's a little far out. But anyway, Obafemi is our King of the Ring winner. So congratulations to him.
Yep.
So we had Danhausen coming out just so he can curse Liv Morgan. Apparently he owes the Judgment Day a lot of money as well.
Yeah, so one of those segments was, well, this was from weeks ago. Dominic Mysterio. Well, I guess it's not relevant now, but Dominic Mysterio, they paid Danhausen to curse Obafemi so that he could maybe advance in the King of the Ring. Danhausen didn't do it, but he still took the money. So one of the segments on Raw was them trying to recoup the money from Danhausen. So I guess that's important now because then Liv Morgan was trying to recoup the money.
Well, then we had a girl match. And Io Sky she won. Didn't she win last year?
She did not. I forgot who won last year.
Okay.
Was it Jade?
No, I don't think it was Jade.
Hold on. Hold on, chat. JTG the champ says, praise the Tiffany, respect the Tiffany, and honor the fucking Tiff Bebe. She's the best. Big L for you. Also, the Jade mark. She's so bad and can't do a headlock correctly. B.A. Tiffy. What do you mean, you? Who are you assuming is a Jade fan? And why are you assuming that? Is what I want to know. Why are you assuming? Why are you just jumping in here assuming I'm a Jade fan? Huh?
You know.
Like, you're obviously a Jade fan. Look at you.
I'm trying to see who won.
I think it was
Oh, I guess it was Jade. Huh.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Hell yeah. we're a fan of the Queen of the Ring. Tiffany Stratton ain't no queen. Oh, Zelina Vega won though, so it doesn't mean anything. Is she still in the company?
No.
Okay.
Her and Alistar are not in the company anymore.
That's right. Yeah, okay. We had a Gunther, Sammy, Cody hype video. Supposed to be excited for that.
Yeah.
And then we had the Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker cage match. Remember when Braun Breaker was supposed to be the future?
I do remember that. Now, I've been back and forth on this. First of all, it was a good match. It did start off kind of slow, but it picked up at the end. And I like the story of all the matches. I like this that they actually told a story in the match. Like it was hard hitting. And then, like they started off sitting in the chair, like just talking shit to each other. Like there was an actual story told in the match. So I like that. But yeah, I'm not I've been back and forth on this outcome. So the rumor going around is that Seth Rollins is going to be getting Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. That's the rumor. Now we still have to see, what they do with Oba. It's like, do they want to give Oba the title match here or like at SummerSlam, or do they want to hold off until a WrestleMania for that kind of a match? Talking about Roman versus Oba.
Well, he's main eventing SummerSlam.
Who, Oba?
Yeah.
Right. But we don't know against who yet. That's what I'm saying.
Well. Okay.
So yes. Well, actually, the rumor is get this loaded, like this Meltzer classic rumor. So the going idea is that Roman Reigns is going to face either Seth Rollins or Oba Femi at SummerSlam, and then the other one at WrestleMania.
Okay.
That's your Dave Meltzerism. Like, yes, you don't say he's gonna well, first of all, now he said this before. To be fair to him, he said this before Oba won the King of the Ring. So, yeah. So that's why I say, so if the plan is to go Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, then it does make sense that he beats Braun Breaker here because he's about to go into a title program and Breaker's not.
Clearly.
Yes. Breaker's about to be feuding with Chad Gable in the Alpha Academy. He's got his hands full. He's gonna be, he's gonna have competitive matches against Tozawa. His plate is clearly full. So yes, it makes sense then. If that's what you're doing, then that's why Seth Rollins wins here.
I would much rather see Rollins and Roman at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
What's the pay-per-view that Rollins turned on Roman?
I don't think it was a major one. I think it was like one of the B pay-per-views. But
Oh, it was Raw. Never mind.
oh, it was Raw.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. And then yeah, he joined the corporation or the whatever they were called.
The Authority
Yeah,
with corporate Kane.
yeah, because he's like Triple H's like, oh, I always got a plan B, and then yeah, that's when he turned on him.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd
Yeah.
rather
Mhm.
Rollins and Roman WrestleMania. I I guess I don't I don't see why, especially at this point, why Oba would go for the other title and not Roman.
Well, I'm gonna lay that out for you
Okay.
here shortly.
Alrighty. But yeah, Rollins, of course, won with a curb stomp off the top rope. Braun Breaker was bleeding as well, which made it a more enjoyable match.
Yeah, he got busted open somewhere. I think it would have been from that chair shot spot.
Yeah, that would do it.
But yeah, I didn't exactly see where, but that would be my guess. And then yeah, and I do like the ending part where Rollins was about to go for another stomp and Breaker stopped him so he can like Hulk up one more time, and then he just couldn't.
I didn't like that Rollins kicked out of the super spear.
He did. I thought that was it too when he hit the super spear. But nope, he kicked out.
Well, after that, Trick Williams beat Ricky Starks, of course. And then Little Yachty did a people's elbow to Ricky Starks.
Unfortunately, this was a down match.
You don't say.
Yeah. I guess it was always going to be a down match following, the cage match. Just because they had so much story going into it, so much emotion. Just, there's always got to be a down match. And you would think it would be Tiffy versus Jade Cargill, but no. That was also a down match, though. So,
Oh, yeah, that match was shit. Was there any possibility of Ricky Starks winning?
no.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I mean, I guess if they wanted to, there could have been, especially like when Cole was talking about like how he's won titles on his first opportunity in NXT. And I was thinking maybe they want to like shock and then have him win because no one expected it. Mainly so then you can move Trick Williams on to the main event scene. But I guess if he's not going to be challenging for a title, you don't want him to get like Braun Breaker where he's just losing.
Right.
So yeah, I guess this is just best for him right now.
Well, then we had another girl match. Jade Cargill beat. I'm sorry, Tiffany Stratton beat Jade Cargill.
Yes, Charlotte cost. Well, okay, so the baddies they ran out at first, and
Is that their team name?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Graves kept calling them baddies. Michael Cole hasn't really said they're baddies yet, but Graves keeps saying, "Oh, Jade Cargill keeps baddies around her." So, while not technically, yes, that's as close as they've been named. And so they came out. They tried to help Jade Cargill. Chelsea Green, for some reason, was underneath the ring, and she's she helped even the odds for a little bit. There was a moment where Chelsea Green was she grabbed the title. Jade Cargill grabbed Chelsea Green, which then Chelsea Green set the title on the apron as she's now being dealt with by Jade Cargill. And then also out of nowhere, Charlotte Flair appears. Now, she didn't come from under the ring, but out of nowhere she appeared. And she hits Jade Cargill with the title. And then Tiffany hit the BME, the best moonsault, or I'm sorry, the PME, prettiest moonsault ever. And that was the 1, 2, 3 on that.
They should have had Charlotte wearing a black hoodie.
Oh yeah, no, that's only for debuts though.
No, because Jimmy Uso did it.
Wasn't that during the re-debut, like after his injury thing, or was he just doing it every week? I don't remember.
I don't either.
Also, JTG the champ. you gotta admit, Jade Cargill is just getting better in the ring every time she's out there. So
she ran circles around Tiffany Stratton, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you're gonna call me a mark. I still don't like how you just made that jump. You mark. Like I didn't say nothing about Jade Cargill. I'll just make the jump that I'm a Jade Cargill. You.
Well, then we finally get Cody Rhodes versus Gunther versus Sami Zayn for what used to be the undisputed title. So basically, us white folk have a Kofi Kingston that we can hang our hat on now. Because Sami Zayn won. Fortunately, he pinned Cody. So there's that.
Yeah, I don't think Gunther could have taken another pin here.
He still lost.
He did.
And remember, this is all because Gunther selected him to be the referee.
Yep, he did.
And he powerbombed Sammy, and this led to this whole fucking shit. And of course, Sammy is given a title despite having lost like every match he's been in for as far back as I can remember. But he won, cried like a homo. This does nothing but make the title a joke now.
Well, I wouldn't say that. There's a bigger story here at play. So I'm okay with it. The fact that this is playing into a bigger story. There's a lot of different directions this can go. This is just basically, look, Sammy, the writing was on the wall that he was going to win the title. Remember the other option, and I saw it floating around. The other option was him winning the Royal Rumble and then going to WrestleMania and winning that way. So now we've gotten it out the way. He wanted it here. It's out of the way now. So now we can get over the Sami Zayn winning the title thing.
I don't think the writing was on the wall at all. because they were saying the same shit when he was wrestling Drew McIntyre. Like, this time feels different.
No, but we were talking about how it was clear that he was going to win at the Royal Rumble. This Royal Rumble, because the WrestleMania is in Saudi.
Well, that doesn't mean that he's going to win the title.
Well,
I can
they're
see
gonna
him
get him there.
I can get him to winning the Royal Rumble, but him actually holding the title that Bruno Sammartino held, Hulk Hogan, like, people that you can look up to.
True.
Yeah.
But here's the bigger plan. The dirt sheets, or not the dirt sheets, but the YouTube creators that are like, oh, the real reason Sammy won. Here you go. And again, now a lot of people are saying it, so I'm kind of backtracking on this theory. But the second he won, what I thought was, well, this is clear. They want to get Obafemi the title, but they don't want to have him beat Cody Rhodes for whatever reason, or Gunther. So the idea here is Sami Zayn, between now and Saturday night's main event. I don't know if he makes it to Saturday night's main event. Maybe he does, or maybe he might. This actually might play out on Friday on SmackDown. Brock Lesnar is going to challenge Sami Zayn. He's going to squash Sami Zayn and take the title. And then Obafemi is going to pick Brock Lesnar. And then there's your Brock versus Oba 3 at SummerSlam. So that ties up the bow of Brock wrestling Oba at SummerSlam. And then there's a reason, because now Brock has the title. And that gets Oba they get Oba to get the title without having him pin Cody Rhodes or Gunther.
Somebody important.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. That's the only way this isn't a complete joke and farce.
Yeah, and like I said, this might even play out on Friday. Like Sami Zayn, he's gonna come out, he's gonna have his good guy speech, and then he might even throw out, because Sami Zayn's all about the open challenge thing, so he might even throw out an open challenge, and then Brock is the first one to answer it or something. Or it can be just like the Kofi.
Why would Brock come out of retirement to be champion, though?
Yes, that is the one. That's the one flaw in the story there. Or maybe maybe there is no Brock. I'm saying this just it completes the whole story of everybody wants Brock Lesnar to wrestle at SummerSlam. And obviously, if he wrestles at SummerSlam, the only option here is Obafemi. So then that's more of a reason than just costing him the. Remember, people said, "Oh, he's going to cost him the King of the Ring." Why? Just cause. So this is much more of a reason than that.
Okay.
Now, why he wants the title, I don't know, but that would be the one thing. Is just he challenges Sammy. Again, they have the Saturday night's main event coming to Madison Square Garden, so they want to do something big there. So, yeah, that's one option, is they do it there. The one hang up in that is how you're going to have Obafemi not pick his opponent before then. because I don't know when it is, but you know, you would assume he's going to pick his opponent like this week.
Right.
So how are you going to drag that out?
I will tell you in 2 weeks' time. When
Yeah,
Jupiter.
I guess you could do that. I'm going to wait out my time, and I will tell you. I'm going to think about this, and then I will tell you in 2 weeks. So I guess that's one way, and then
You all want to know who I'm facing, but we do it on my time. Even though it's his time right now.
yeah, but then that also gives you Seth versus Roman. It clears the pathway for that because now Oba goes to the SmackDown brand to get that title. So that would be
I
would be
still say
your
that's a
out.
WrestleMania match.
It is, but it's more. Oba versus Reigns is a WrestleMania match too.
Not yet.
I think it is, but there, but you want to keep Oba on his path.
I agree with that, but I think Oba needs to be tested first before we start putting him in WrestleMania with Roman.
Probably, but also think he needs. The only clear answer here is for him to win the title at SummerSlam, whoever he goes against. So if you're going to do that, then he would already then conquered Roman.
He doesn't need to win the title though.
I think he does. If you're touting him as the next big thing, every like wherever you see them talk about WWE, the first thing they say is, "We got this new guy, Obafemi." Everybody says it. Seth Rollins, oh, he's the fastest rising star since Brock Lesnar. Triple H, oh yeah, we got this new guy, Obafemi. Nick Khan, we got this guy, Obafemi. Like everybody says it. So if you really, and also he's now it's partially because he's just the new flavor in town. I'm sure they're gonna turn on him pretty soon here, but for right now, he's getting like the loudest reactions that you can get.
I think it's piped in.
No, they got the cam and everything.
Yeah, it's piped in.
Oh, they also got this new like shot at the beginning of his entrance where it's like they didn't do it tonight, but they did it on Raw and SmackDown. Where it's like a spotlight behind him and it like shows his shadow like looming over the crowd. Nice little touch there.
That is a good touch.
But if I were to say that's why they got Sammy, that's why they put the title on Sammy is so that they can get it to Oba without beating, you know, beating one of those people that they probably want to hold off on to like a bigger moment. I say that, but you know, there is still the possibility that Cody wins the title back before SummerSlam. And then and then Oba goes against Cody at SummerSlam. Or he goes against Roman. See, there's so many options here, which is the great thing.
Well, based on the crowd reaction, no one wants to see Cody and Oba again.
Yes, the crowd wants to see Oba versus Roman.
Which is pretty ironic considering that Cody called himself the face.
Yeah, he's QB1.
Well, yes. Hopefully, Sami Zayn is a transitional champion. Very, very quick transitional champion. Like, can you imagine him having a run?
He's not having a run. Like he's, I don't think he's making it outside of. The real question is, does he make it to SummerSlam? Like that's the question. Like, does he make it to SummerSlam as champion? Because they got the big show coming up, and I don't know what they're gonna do week to week with him. But that's the main question. But it's not going past that, I don't think.
What if he gets close to Roman's title?
Say it again.
What if he gets close to Roman's title reign?
He's not going to do that. 4 years?
Yep.
I don't think. I don't think they could survive that.
It's
That being
year.
the
Oh, we're on year 3 of Sami Zayn's historic title run.
yeah. There's already people who are quitting WWE because they made a janitor champion.
It's the white Kofi Kingston.
Yeah. That's why it's going to end up like Kofi Kingston. If I had to, is where the guess is going, and that being with Brock, very
Decimating.
swiftly putting an end to it.
Brock the Dream Stealer.
Yeah, because remember he beat Kofi in like seconds.
Yep.
I'll give you your black champion.
Yeah, and if Brock and Sammy ends up a thing, that's probably where it's gonna go. It's like it's gonna be over quick.
As it should.
But yeah, I think it's a good thing right now. At least it's something different that we have. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff to figure out.
What happens to Gunther?
Well, he might be suspended. So that's what happens to him. They did
Why?
they did an angle after the show where he like he was pissed off at Nick Aldis and he like grabbed him by his jacket, pressed him up against the wall.
Why was he mad at all this?
I don't know. Because he is. I don't know.
All right. Well,
Now some say that maybe this is just leading to Gunther versus Aldis at SummerSlam
Jesus Christ.
because that's kind of not that it was happening, but that's kind of where the Drew storyline was kind of heading. But since Drew's off doing all the movies, it's like, well, let's just plug Gunther into the story.
No, Nick
But-
Aldis needs to wrestle Randy Orton.
That too. But yeah, I don't know how you do that because yes, all this is, we know about him, but on TV, he's just been a general manager. So
Yes.
you have to keep that in mind.
Unless, like, because remember, like, the first time Vince took his suit off? It was like, oh shit, he has muscles.
Oh yeah, the genetic jackhammer.
Yeah.
I wonder how long he prepared for that because, yeah, when he was on commentary, he's definitely not that big.
I don't know. He's always been a workout freak.
He's just hiding it well.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently he was, because when he took his jacket, I was like, whoa.
Well, suits don't really. They're not like form fitting like that. So yeah, you can hide stuff. And he was also like on commentary behind the desk, and he was unassuming.
Yeah,
And
which made it so great.
and he's standing next to people that are on steroids. Well, I'm sure he was on steroids too, but they're they're all oiled up without their shirts on. But yeah, he comes out with that tank top on. It's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
Vince McMahon's gonna kick his ass. Holy fuck. So maybe Nick Aldis is hiding something.
Well, I'm sure he still has it. He used to have a good body when he was wrestling. So, but yeah, then what does he just go back to being a general manager after that? So that's the question. But
Well, yeah.
that's a thought of what happens to Aldis, and then Cody would then get CM Punk. Why, I don't know, but we know CM Punk is due for a comeback soon. Just that's just like the obvious thing is that CM Punk is coming back soon. I haven't heard anything specifically.
I heard he was having issues.
It was another Meltzer,
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
and it was another Meltzer, and it was another like double talk thing. Oh, there are issues, but they're not as bad as you think they are, but they're issues.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, that was Night of Champions.
And we
Yeah.
have a new champion.
And the best wrestler in the world is still relegated to being an afterthought.
Yeah, the saddest part of it was I don't think at any point I don't think Gunther was an option.
No.
Like he was you didn't think he was there to take the pin, but you know he wasn't there to win the title.
Yeah, and that's the sad part. I'm telling you, he's money. They need to stop making him a joke. It all went downhill when he's feuded with Jey Uso.
And the worst case scenario was Jey Uso put that promo on him on Friday. Because on Friday he's giving everybody the warning shot thing. And he was like, Gunther, I kind of hope it is you that wins the title because I'm going to make you tap out like a bitch. Like I already did. So it was worst case scenario for him. But it's funny that like that's the one thing people still hold on to is like you got tapped out by Jey Uso.
That should show how much of a joke that is.
Yeah.
Well, next week we have WCW Uncensored from the year 2000. Our main event was Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair in a Yapapai strap match. Sid Vicious also faces Jeff Jarrett for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Oh, and Sting and Lex Luger happened.
Finally. Seems like it's been a long time since we've watched WCW.
I know, right?
It has. It's been what, almost a month?
Just about. With all these pay-per-views and Saturday Night Main Events and ECW.
Yeah. But we're back to it, and we will definitely see what happens next week. And on that note, I believe it is time for some stories. But before we do, obviously, let's check the chat. And let's see. Not bad, I guess. I don't know. We don't need to talk about it. But shout out to chat. Let us know what you think about the pay-per-view that we just watched, Night of Champions. And hit the like button, hit the subscribe button while you're down there. And JTG the champ, you and your Tiffany Stratton, we got a story for you about her too. So there you go. Not that you're still here, but
It'd be funny. Oh, I'm here, bitch. You Jade Cargill loving fucker.
like, look at all you. I can tell you, you Jade Cargill lovers, you all stank. Got your wide noses. That really is the kind of energy you came in here with. Like, just immediately jumped to you. I know you're a Jade Cargill lover. Well, before we get into the Tiffany Stratton story, let's start out with a story that's already gone because they've since deleted it. But WWE, they have this partnership with Fanatics, where they've been licensing off things. Like a couple weeks ago, they did the Ludwig Kaiser mask from the greatest wrestling match to ever take place in WWE. Not me saying that; that's actually what Dave Meltzer said. And they auctioned off.
Whoa! Ever?
Well, it got the highest stars ever in any match in WWE. So,
Does that include like?
yes. Whatever match you're thinking of, yes.
Wow.
Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25. That one better.
Okay.
Bret Hart, Stone Cold, WrestleMania 13. Better.
Hogan Andre.
Better.
Oh my god. All right.
But yeah, they auctioned off that mask. And I don't know, it got to like $40,000 or something. Game used. So, all in all, the partnership has been going swell, if you will. Well, they auctioned off this week. They started an auction for a War Games chair from the Women's War Game 2022, which I believe is the first War Games on the main roster for the women. Only problem was there wasn't a chair used in the match.
Mm.
and this was pointed out by a fan. So we go to Yahoo Sports for this one. The title says WWE auctioning match used chair despite never being used in a match. Like I said, this auction has been removed, so uh, it's just now just a funny blunder. But WWE is auctioning a match used steel chair. There's only one problem. It was never used in a match. The listing claims it's from. WWE and Fanatics are auctioning off a steel chair they claim was used in the Women's War Games match in 2022. The contest saw Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, Michin, same person by the way, Becky Lynch, and they defeated Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley. It was the first War Games women's match on the main roster. Uh, Needed a weapon that looked as unforgiving as the stipulation sounded. Uh, I don't know. It just goes over the match here. We can skip past that. And it says the current bid for the chair stands at $75. However, the interesting thing is 75. Okay, so that's when they wrote this. When I saw it, it had gotten up to like $5,000. So,
Ew.
well, you know.
Did Rhea, did Rhea Ripley sit on it?
I'm sure that's what the person that was buying the chair was hoping. Like there was someone sat on it or something, left their sweat coochie stain on it.
their pussy residue.
Yeah. They examined it real close to see if it's still there. I think I see it a little bit.
Get like a black light.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, this is coming on with me. I'm getting ready already. But yeah, it says Nikki Cross introduced a trash can lid, kendo sticks, and handcuffs. Bayley brought in a ladder and a table. Michin got her hands on some trash cans. However, there wasn't a single steel chair on site throughout the contest. Yeah. So that was the thing. And I initially saw this from, it was a user that I saw posted this. Oh, they have the tweet here. This was the tweet I saw too. It was from user Corb, Heartbreak Corb on Twitter. And he's like, WWE put up for sale a steel chair used in the 2022 War Games match, women's. Only issue is there wasn't a chair used in the match. And like I said, they have since taken it down. So
did they give an explanation?
They have not spoke on it yet.
And what about the people that bid on it? Do they still get the chair?
No, they stopped the bid, so
okay,
they would just get their. Well, you don't have to pay until you win.
Like, no, you put $5,000 and it's yours.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a funny thing that they. So from what I saw, they keep these things in like a almost kind of like a museum. So it's interesting to see how they got to this point. Where was it like in the museum marked that it was from that match? Or did the WWE give them the chair and then they, being fanatics, did they say, oh yeah, we'll say this is from the War Games match? Or it's like, oh, we need something from, I don't know. But it's just weird that it got to the point where they listed it. Unless it was just like the the wrong year. That could be the only real explanation. Like, oh, this is not from the 2022 match. This is from the, I don't know, whatever match they actually used the chair.
Well, the chair looks fine, so maybe it was like ringside or something. Oh no, there's
Could have been that. But yeah, the I would say the explanation is they got the wrong match. But it's just funny that it made it to this point, and
Yeah.
then it was just someone that caught it.
Well, mistakes happen, I guess. At least somebody didn't actually go through with the transaction.
Yeah, they didn't get it home. It was like, hey, there's no pussy residue on this. This fake chair. But yeah, that was just a little funny story. Especially since they took it down. No harm, no foul there. Another funny story. Now we talk about Tiffany Stratton. Because she had a funny moment. And this came from, so she, again, this is with the partnership stuff.
Her
So
dog.
she was doing a pack opening for Tops. I believe she was opening like a $800 box of cards here. So she's opening the cards. I think so this is like if I want to say, I think it's the redemption packs, or no, what are they? Golly, the exquisite packs. I don't know. They're like $800, these packs that she's opening. But she's going through and reading the names, and yeah, we can let her take it from here.
Of Junkyard Dog, SGT Slaughter, Viscera. I don't know any of these guys. Oh, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I do know Ricky Steamboat. And then we have Oscar of Junkyard Dog.
So that was the clip that has made its way around. And what stuck out in this clip, if you didn't hear it there, was the fact that she didn't know she didn't know Junkyard Dog. You can tell she doesn't know who that is. She doesn't know Sergeant Slaughter, and she doesn't know Viscera.
Sergeant Slaughter is the most egregious.
Yes.
He was a world champion in the fucking company that you work for, you dumb whore.
Yes. Which leads to the bigger question is like, is it a requirement? Because remember, she's only like 25 and she's only been in wrestling for like 3 years. So is it a requirement to know like the history like that?
Yeah, especially when it was one of your memorable champions. Like, remember, he was an Iraqi sympathizer and got death threats and shit.
That's yes.
I mean, no. Would I expect her to like know every single like date? Like, oh well, this person was champion from this time to this time. No, but Sergeant Slaughter is a big fucking name.
Yes.
He was, a wrestler. He was backstage. I'm sure he's still I don't know about now, but he's a legend, a bona fide legend.
He is.
And for her to not know that.
But in her defense, she wasn't born during that time.
That doesn't matter.
I think it does a little bit.
You should still know your history.
But to what point? Like,
to that point. You should know the fucking prominent champions in your fucking company that you work for. Especially if you're going to be, quote unquote, on the champion level.
And these are also guys too. There's another thing in her defense. I'm not saying this is
these
right
are
or
the
wrong.
people that are featured. Like, these are the names that built the company that you work for. Like Viscera, okay. I get that. You don't need to know Viscera. Junkyard Dog, his WWE run was kind of a joke. So yeah, I get that. But she didn't even know it was fucking Sergeant Slaughter. SGT. There's no excuse for that. I'm sorry.
She also didn't know that, like, at least she could have got that it was Sergeant.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, yeah, SGT.
How do you not know Sergeant Slaughter? Sergeant fucking Slaughter. Like one of the like prominent names in WWF.
Well, it's for those reasons. Is that she just got started, and I mean, really, that would be it. She just
Doesn't matter. You should still know. What do you mean just got started? Like why aren't they hiring people that were actually fans and actually
well, there's the problem right there. They're plucking these next in line athletes. Yeah, a lot of them are working out. You got like Braun Breaker, who obviously would have the history because his uncle and his dad.
Yeah, I bet he knows who Sergeant Slaughter is.
Obafemi. I think Bianca Belair was the next in line. So yeah, there's people that they are working out, but that's why they don't know the wrestling thing until they get into the wrestling thing. I still remember the clip where that one bitch was like, "Oh, I didn't know about wrestling until they contacted me for a tryout." It's also a woman thing, as in being on the woman side. Like, I would think that if these cards were, I don't know, Lita, she would know that. Trish Stratus, she would know that. I would even give her like, I want to say like, I don't know how far I would go back with her. Any woman from the Attitude Era that was like a prominent figure, I would give her that. If you go back to the 80s, now you're like pressing your luck.
I don't know. There's no excuse to not know Sergeant Slaughter. I stand by that.
That's fair.
The others I can absolutely give her a pass on. For the reasons that you just said, but Sergeant Slaughter, no. There's no reason that she should not know who that is.
Well, I'm sure she knows who it is now, because I'm sure she's gotten a lot of shit from it, as
She should.
all the back online stuff that's been happening. And if we go to, so I just dropped it in there right now, but we have Mr. Danhausen. He poked fun at this on the pre-show. This is the Night of Champions pre-show, which might get us clipped here, but
Yay.
so he made a reference to this.
Hello, Michael Cole.
Why are you here?
Oh, well, I heard you talking about legends and Hall of Famers and champions, and that was Danhausen. So, I also heard you talking about the King of the Ring tournament, and I thought, what if Danhausen wins the King of the Ring tournament tonight?
Whoa, time out. The tournament ends tonight. You're actually not even in it.
Ah, crap. You sure?
We can play a game, though.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
What would happen if Danhausen was actually in the King of the Ring tournament?
Oh, easy. I would have decimated, eviscerated, and annihilated Dom and Jay and SGT Slaughter and Luke and Butch, the Butchwhackers.
Okay. What about this guy?
Okay, that's good.
That's the ruler,
So-
Obafemi.
Yeah, you see, he threw in there SGT Slaughter.
Yeah.
So yeah, quick to poke fun at it. So yeah, I'm sure she knows who he is now.
Well, Yeah, I think the backlash is deserved for that one. And rightfully so. I feel validated too, because they're not saying like, "Oh, you're viscera."
Yeah, it's the Sergeant Slaughter being such a prominent person. Yeah, probably want to know that name.
At least the sergeant part. God damn.
Yeah.
Who the fuck would? Never mind. We can move on.
But yeah, let us know what you think about it in the comments below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. What do we got next here? Hold on. All right, let's talk about this story. By the way, chat, I'll go ahead and say it now. We're not going to be throwing out all kind of crazy stuff in this story. Outside of Harry, he's probably going to throw some crazy stuff out there, but we just got to have to deal with that. But aside from that, we're not going to throw crazy stuff out. If you are, then, you might have to get packed up. But Aaron Rook. Now, I know you're not going to know that name. And that's okay.
Aaron Rourke.
Look at that. I don't know the name. So he made some headlines. So he is the Evolve World Heavyweight Champion. Yes. The Evolve show on WWE's Tubi. He's the World Heavyweight Champion. But he made his debut this past week. He made his debut on NXT television. He defended his title, which put him in the limelight because now you're on the bigger stage, being NXT and not on the Tubi show. So it caught everybody's attention. It caught everybody's attention because he is, as the report says, the first openly gay champion in WWE. He is the first openly gay champion in WWE. Well, this caught the I don't know. This caught the eye of one Val Venus, who was very quick to be anti-woke, and he took to his Twitter to talk about this whole thing. Now, if you just see the picture, that tells you everything you need to know about this Aaron guy. But he says, fact, this being Val Venus, fact, this pride crap will cost WWE a lot in revenue if they decide to start catering to that crowd. Pride fatigue is real. Rational folks are tired of this propaganda, is what Val Venus said. Which would lead to a response from Aaron himself. Well, it wasn't a direct response first, but he did respond. And he said, truly humored that these people think their hollow words and insults can hurt me. I'm living my dream, doing everything I wanted to do since I was 5. And what are you doing? Writing hate comments behind a faceless avatar or using my name to get some views? Pathetic. Well, I guess that's what we're doing too, but that's here nor there. Hey, it's a story. But yeah, so that was his response, and of course, people had to jump on either side. So,
of course,
if there had to be support or non-support, whatever side you want to be on, that's a good thing, or whatever side you want to be on. I guess it's not important.
Oh, but, yeah, it is.
But the question is, what do you think here? Uh, is it even a big deal that he's, I don't know, the character that he is? So his character,
his whole character is that he's gay.
uh, from what I can tell, yes, that is his. Like he calls himself the Glampian or something like that, like glamour champion.
Oh God.
And yeah, he's very, very out there.
Well, I mean, if it's on Evolve, who gives a shit? Nobody's gonna see it, right?
Yes, they should be getting higher ratings, huh? Since they're on Evolve and all.
I mean, I kind of see. I think Val Venus is kind of talking about the Bud Light backlash. You think that he thinks that's going to happen to WWE, but WWE's already kind of. Didn't they have Quincy Elliott?
Yes, but he never made it out of NXT.
Maybe that's because he sucked.
Yes, he was not a good wrestler.
From
what I can tell, this guy seems to be a good wrestler. So there is that.
Well, and it sounds like he was a fan too. So I can give him props for that. If he's trying to get heat for being a cocksucker, then
there it is.
I mean, that's the way to do it. I mean, he's got the obnoxious shirt. I don't know what the fuck was going on with his eye. Like, it looked like he had a scar or something. Looked like he was trying to be like a gay version of Metal Gear Solid or something.
I don't know the character. I'm going to be honest. I don't know the character. What I know about him is like he's openly gay. Now, I don't know. We have seen characters like this before, but they weren't like out front. Like this wasn't their like whole persona. Like Gold Dust, it wasn't his whole persona just to be gay, or if he was or not.
It kind of was.
Well, you don't know if he was gay or not.
No, but him kissing Razor.
And Ahmed. Yeah. But there was some ambiguity to it.
It wasn't ambiguity. It was like okay, does he just fuck dudes or does he fuck dudes and women? Because he's got.
He had Melina too.
Yeah, but she could have just been a beard.
She could have. And then you had like.
We got the dude that's carrying a purse now on SmackDown. Well, not now.
Oh yeah.
He's a retard, but before that, he was carrying a purse.
I'm sure he'll be back to it at some point. But yeah, but he's not like. Well, I don't know if I'm talking about like serious, like competing at the top level type. Oh. He's in the jobber status, obviously.
There's Darren Young too.
Oh yeah, Darren Young.
He wasn't a champion.
I don't know if he was
or a main event.
He was tag team champion.
Oh, what? Okay.
And he came out afterwards, though.
All right. But yeah, he became openly gay, and they released him shortly after that.
Chuck and Billy.
Yeah.
They were gay characters.
They were weird. Because weren't they brothers too?
Were they? Didn't they get married on television?
Maybe, yeah.
Or they tried to, I don't know. They had a wedding.
Yeah.
Um, what was that guy's name? He was like in WrestleMania, like the very early WrestleManias, wearing a dress.
Adrian Adonis.
Yeah, that guy. But yeah, he
Oh, there was
wasn't.
Adrian Street too. He actually wore dresses and shit.
Well, there's a guy on. He was wearing that muumuu. This is the guy I'm talking about, and makeup.
Yeah, no, that was Adrian Adonis.
Yeah,
No, Adrian Street was he was a British wrestler. He was very, very, very androgynous, but he could beat the shit out of you, so it worked.
yeah, and that's always the position I hold. Like, if you, it really doesn't matter as long as you're tough, or you can portray a tough guy. So, from what I see from this Aaron guy, I don't know. Maybe he does. And again, I haven't really seen him, so maybe that'll change when I actually see him. Because if he makes it to the main roster, then we're gonna have the conversation. Like, we'll really have the conversation.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's hard to feel one way or the other. I would hope that he would have some more depth to him than just, enjoying anal sex.
Yeah, and hopefully, yeah, maybe there should be more to his character than that. Maybe that shouldn't even be a part of his character.
No, I
Like,
mean, it
who
could be a
cares
part of his
ultimately?
character. Just if that's just it, like, oh, I'm gay. Okay, well,
What's your character? I'm guy.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, if he's openly gay, then he's gonna show gay tendencies. That's cool, but I would hope that there's some depth.
yeah, like Sonya Deville, she was openly gay, and there was depth to her character.
Yeah,
And I don't think anybody was like, yeah, she'd have the flag thing hanging out of her pocket, but
stupid.
I don't think anybody was like, I don't know. She was acting tough. She was a put your hair up and square up kind of thing.
Wasn't she an MMA fighter?
She was.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see where he goes. We'll see if it goes further. Again, if he makes it to the main roster, I think we'll have more of a conversation about it. You already got the Bible thumpers on him now, so maybe they have to tone it down. Just crazy though, because you have the people thumping the Bible. Oh, why are you putting this around kids? Well,
There is that. I mean, that's a valid point.
it may be, but number one, there's Danhausen's character who goes around cursing people. So,
yeah, but he's not. He's not sinning.
well, if you're thumping the Bible, you should have a problem with that too.
Maybe they do.
Like, the people who are the hardcore, like the people who thump the Bible, they have a problem with like wizardry and stuff. So that would fall in line with that.
Well, that's obviously fake. It's hard to get offended with sparklers and shit.
But the fact that he's cursing people, that he says you are cursed,
Yeah.
like that should have your Bible radar going off. Not to mention, it is fighting ultimately. So if you got a problem with something, you're like, I don't know. Like if you're that pearl clutchy, then why you have your kids watching people fight?
Well, because now it's so rehearsed and staged and fake that it's just like watching American Gladiators.
To a young kid, though, they ain't got another difference.
Absolutely. Think about the wrestling that we grew up on and this shit.
Yeah, but to them,
There's no
to
way
a
you
young
can
kid,
grow up. There's no way that even a young kid would think this shit is real.
I don't know. I think they would. They're kids. Of course they think it's real.
Especially when they blatantly tell you how fake it is.
Well, those kids shouldn't be. As a matter of fact, I know those kids aren't following the online stuff unless they're watching like the fake reactors or something like that, but they ain't on Twitter.
They even do it in the show, though. Remember
Hell.
when Roman like actually turned to the camera and winked?
No.
He said, it was the suffer and succotash line. He said, you suck something, suffer and succotash. And then he turned to the camera and he winked. Somehow he still got over. I don't know how.
Oh, it was because it was a different person.
They blatantly tell you it's shit.
They do. But yeah, I don't know. As a kid, I don't know how kids' eyes are. I mean, kids believe like the Power Ranger shit's real until they don't.
I never once thought Power Rangers were real.
You didn't?
No, of course not.
Oh. I didn't think it was okay. Yes, obviously they weren't like aliens running around putties. Oh, but you didn't think they were real fighting?
No. They had, like, remember when the sparks would happen and they
Oh, I remember because we used to. Anyway.
Yeah. I was the Orange Ranger.
I was a big Green Ranger guy.
Oh yeah, he was the best.
Despite what you would think of what Ranger I would be. Oh, no. You be the black one. I don't want to be the black one.
The original Black Ranger was badass because he used to do that dance fighting shit.
I know, but you know. By the way, that was some racist ass shit. The Black Ranger was black, the Yellow Ranger was Asian. Some racist ass shit they got away with back then.
I think in the original, like the Chinese version, the Yellow Ranger's a dude.
Oh. That's weird.
Yeah. But no, he did the dance fighting. Billy was stupid. I hated him.
Nerd.
Jason was my favorite until Tommy came. Yeah, once the Green Ranger came with the fucking Dragon Zord and the dagger and shit, and he had the special. He had the shield.
Yeah, he was in the sword, and he was just cool. And then they got the White Ranger, which is also him.
Yeah. Well, he lost his powers, and then he got him back. Although I prefer the Green Ranger over the White Ranger.
Yeah, the Green Ranger was the better one. He was the bad guy, though.
Yeah, that was
That's why he
perfect.
was so
He was
cool.
under Rita Repulsa's spell.
Yeah, that's why he was so cool, because he was the bad ranger.
Yeah, he joined the school, and Jason was a karate instructor, and I think they were like in a tournament or something, and they fought to a draw, or maybe Tommy just edged him out, and then yeah, Tommy started going to the high school, and then he infiltrated the Power Rangers, and like he was their friend in school, but then like when they were Power Rangers, he was fighting them all.
Yeah, yeah, they didn't know he was he was the bad guy.
And then eventually they broke Rita's control of him, and he became a Power Ranger. And they formed the Mega Dragon Zord.
Yeah. And Rita would always throw the thing, her little trident thing would always land in the same place. That's how I knew it was like really fake.
Make my monsters growl.
Like no matter where she threw it from, it would always land in the exact same spot.
I think they would fight in the same spot too.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure, because like it would start off with they're in the city and shit, and then like they grow, and then they're in this mountainous
Like desert
barren
thing
weight. Yeah,
with a bunch of hills so they can get hit and fall and roll.
exactly.
Yeah. Fun times there down memory lane.
Believe it or not, it aged pretty well too. I mean, it's hokey as shit, but it's not one of those things that you go back and like, oh man, how the hell did I like that?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I remember the Pink Ranger was, first crush thing.
Oh yeah.
I think that was actually my first crush, Pink Ranger.
No, it wasn't my first crush, but I sure wanted to bang her.
Well, I remember seeing a thing. It's like, oh, who was your first crush? And it was like Topanga or whatever from Boy Meets World, and
yeah, I didn't
the
care
Pink
for her.
Ranger.
Definitely Pink Ranger.
Just trying to remember who was around back then. That's all I can remember. I don't remember when I got into Saved by the Bell. I think I wasn't that old. Or I wasn't that young. Or old. I don't know.
I never watched Saved by the Bell. I didn't like TV shows about school, because like I hated school.
That makes sense.
So that wasn't for me. I sure as shit liked that one actress's Showgirls movie though.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. But on that note, I think that's all I got. That is all I got. Let me check again. Let us know what you think about it in the comments. I don't know if it's even going to make it as a clip or not. So there's that. But on that note, is there anything else from you?
Just have a good night.
And survey says one more for the good guys. And hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.